Stress is probably the biggest determinant of how long you live and how well you live. More so than your nutrition, your physical fitness. Let's say living stress-free and free of psychological tension is the most important factor for you to live a long life and a life with energy and vitality. People seems to be a big trend at the moment. Everybody's like rise and grind. You've got to be working hard. They're putting all this pressure, all this stress on themselves, and so that they can make it, and they get a kind of sadistic pleasure out of that. I think many masculine people tend to get sort of sadistic pleasure out of putting themselves in difficult situations and under difficult conditions. But I'd say don't do that. I'd say do the total opposite. You want to live a stress-free life, and you should do whatever it takes to live that stress-free life. I'd say it's important to have a little bit of stress, just to kind of keep your mind sharp and to keep you from kind of keeping your mind from going dull, right? But what you want to do is, instead of working so hard, you want to work smart, right? Spend time educating yourself, read, meditate, right? Because if you're educated, if you're acting, if you're taking action from a position of knowledge as opposed to desire, and wanting and striving, thinking about the end goal, you have much more power if you can act from a position of knowledge and also of groundedness and self-awareness. This allows you to act more purposefully, and it keeps you calm, which has a good effect on your health. And on the actions you do take and the work you do put in will have more of an effect, and it will have more long-term gain. And if you're living in alignment with nature, if you're listening and you're paying attention to the flow and the seasons of your life, instead of always trying to grind, and instead of always it's always summer all the time, if it's always summer, you're going to burn out, right? Most important thing is for you to pay attention to yourself. Listen to the signals that your body gives you. This is how you achieve success in the long run. So don't be afraid to dedicate a significant portion of your daily routine to low stress activities, reading, meditating. You should have at least an hour every day. I recommend you should arrange your daily routine so you're either awake earlier than everybody else or you're awake later than everybody else. I think being awake earlier is better, personally. But some people, many people in history have had their greatest inspirations and their greatest, they find their most productive times are at night, in the dead of night when it's quiet and everybody's asleep. On the other hand, a lot of people are early birds, It's really up to you. You've got to decide that for yourself. Camera car. So, have at least an hour every day and use that time. Stay away from technology. Keep your phone off, If you're lucky, you can live kind of like me, where you live on your own and you don't have other people influencing you, you don't have other people calling you, because I kind of live on my own terms. My business works around me, right? So I'm not always required. So I can wake up at the same time as everybody else, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and I can still have a few hours in the morning to myself. But for many people, you know, they might have families, they might have kids, they might have a job, whatever, right? Where you have some sort of responsibility, you've got to get in, you've got to get there, and then you've got to, your whole day is always like in sort of reaction mode. You're always, you never get a time to sort of calm down and sort of think for yourself and just sort of contemplate and meditate and just be alone with in your own space with your own thoughts. You know, most of the time people would wake up and instantly they've got to get ready, they go to work, or they've got to go run their business, or they've got to go do whatever it is that they're doing, and then they're running around all day doing that, and the only time they ever get quiet time is when they're trying to sleep at night. This is why many people get insomnia, and people find that their minds start racing and when they go to bed and they can't sleep. So if you give yourself that time, if you give yourself the time in the morning, or you dedicate a certain time in your day, right? A few hours just to have your own space and your own quiet time, and you can do whatever you want in that time. Just stay away from technology and things that are gonna, you know, distract you and what's the word? Disturb you. You know, disturb your quietness, your peace for that period of time. So keep your technology off, keep your phone off for that time, and just read, meditate. So yeah, that's it really. That's it for today. That's just the message that I had on my mind, so I thought I'd share it. oliverhimself.com. That's the new website. I'm going to be making these videos, sharing my thoughts, sharing what I learn on my journey. And you can check me out on YouTube, oliverhimself.com, and other social media. And I look forward to maybe hearing from you in the comments. Maybe if you have any thoughts to add, then feel free to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe, because I will be releasing more videos like this. And you can check out my blog at oliverhimself.com. Okay, see you on the next video.